Before the coming of the motor vehicle, the centre of Assen was peaceful. In the 20th century, motor vehicles came to dominate city streets, here just as everywhere else. This junction was the busiest in Assen. The first of many sets of traffic lights were installed in this location. In Assen, just as elsewhere, a revolution had taken place. Cars dominated towns. In the 1970s, Dutch towns were just as full of cars as those elsewhere. However, this country then started something that other nations didn't follow: a second revolution on the streets. This is the same junction on the same street in the 21st century. Pedestrians and cyclists now dominate. The street character is similar to the early 20th century before the cars arrived. It's possible to drive here for access, but while bikes can go anywhere, this is not a through route for motor vehicles. There are no traffic lights on the city centre streets of Assen now. They're not required with so few cars. There are raised tables and small corner radii, and these help to reduce vehicle speed, but the main effect is due to these streets simply not being through streets for cars. These are nearly car-free streets. They are not shared space. This works precisely because there are so few motor vehicles to share with. The behaviour of drivers is different when pedestrians and cyclists dominate. At the start of the 20th century, the street was narrow and cobbled. In the mid-20th century, there was asphalt and more space was dedicated to motor vehicles. By the end of the 20th century, smooth tiles had replaced the asphalt and the road had been narrowed again. Through routes are now only for bicycles and pedestrians.